Hello, everyone.
Hi, this is the Go Offices podcast, episode 30. Hey, hey,
Should we do a little cheers?
Yeah. Cheers to
Cheers to
30. Dirty 30.
30. That's kind of crazy. We haven't been around for a few weeks. No, 2 weeks?
Maybe we did our mix with Ren. Well, Renee did a mix for us.
Yeah, so we were on our vibe, but we didn't do a podcast. The last time we did it sounded not so great, so we decided not to drop it.
Yeah, it was a case of quality over quantity, and we just thought, this ain't it, let's just allow it for a bit.
And then we just come back and give you guys what you guys really deserve.
And we all know that you want to see our faces so bad.
We've been getting multiple messages of, hi Rachel, hi Mia, when are you guys going to drop some more video content? When are you guys going on YouTube with the podcast? So we were like, what a better time than now?
Okay. I mean, we're saying this. I don't know if we can actually do it yet, but...
Yeah.
So don't hold us to that. But we're recording via Zoom, and yeah, hopefully we'll be able to upload the footage of our quarantine faces.
So we are still in lockdown, aren't we?
We are. Sadly, still happening, still going on. Is the end in sight? I don't know.
We're really actually just riding this wave because we don't know anything really.
Yeah, it's just a case of take every day as it comes.
Literally, that's it right now.
I'm
taking that green top though, I'm not gonna lie.
I know,
It really
right? Is it?
brings out the blonde in the hair.
She cute or whatever.
She cute or whatever.
Yeah, I got it from Zara. It was only literally like £3.
I'm feeling it. And that's one of the cheapest things Zara has ever put out.
Oh, I know. I spent quite a lot of money there the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. But I got these really nice shoes. Well, let me show you the shoes.
Okay, because she got money.
We got money now. We living in lockdown. They're not like my usual, but I was like, oh, imagine these, right, in the summer with like maybe like a nice pair of trousers or a nice little skirt, a glass of wine in hand.
Oh no, those are very cute. I love those. Those are very, very cute.
Aren't they? The heel is just nice.
Love it. Not too high, a nice little chunk. I love. Yeah.
You know the vibes.
I know. You love a little lilac or orange, don't you?
I know. Well, it was that.
Can you tell the difference though between those two colors?
Fuck off. It's green and orange. It's green and orange.
I mixed it up.
No, I do. Well, it was that or white or red. And the white, I was like, it'll get dirty. The red.
That's a nice one. The lilac is beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. Glad you approve.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello to the people. I feel so bad that we've just done that if people are just listening because they will not have a clue what they look like.
Oh, yeah, that's so true. So, well, guys, that just means you're going to have to watch it as well if you can. But it's basically, if I have to describe it, it is basically a sandal with also a little split between the big toe and the rest. It goes between the big toe and the rest of the toes.
Yeah, but it's not really that noticeable when you're wearing them.
No, but that is, I'm trying to describe everything.
Yeah, sorry.
And there's a wide strap against the rest of the foot. Yeah. Not too wide, but wide-ish. Wide enough to hold the foot in so that it doesn't need a strap in the back. And then a nice chunky oblongish heel. It's just beautiful. And not too high. I would say about 2 inches.
Yeah, and it's like a square front. It's not like your usual rounded front.
Yeah.
Which I think makes all the difference.
Very unique. You would definitely see it in a spring, summer fashion, high fashion catalogue. I'm not talking low fashion. I'm talking high fashion kind of vibe with a wide leg trouser.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Or even, you would even see it with a 3/4 length, I think.
I think any length, personally.
Any length. Trouser, skirt, or dress.
Yeah.
Or play. What? Anyway.
Oh,
it's
God.
Very,
it's endless.
Yeah. Options are endless. It's a very versatile shoe.
on and on and on. Anyway, so yeah, go up, sis. We're back for episode 30. Woo, woo, woo. I can't believe we've made it this far.
It's kind of mad to think. Today I was telling my boss, she said, oh, anything, what you up to this weekend? And I was like, yeah, like I'm leaving work and I'm going to record my podcast. Like I'm still doing this. Like,
it's still a thing.
Like, it's a bit mad.
No, it is.
Yeah,
it's actually
going back to do some more stuff, like, yeah, but it's cool.
It is cool. And yeah, I guess it's just this for the foreseeable future, really.
Yeah. Really, I haven't seen you in a while.
What?
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I know. It's been time. I was saying to Ruth today, I haven't seen her for 6 weeks.
It's ridiculous.
I used to see her every day. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's crazy. But anyway, away with that, because I feel like that's the conversation.
Everything is corona.
Everywhere.
Every single thing is corona.
It's
so
literally that's all it is.
Yeah, so I'm sorry to prolong that, guys. On to the real topic at hand.
Yeah, so I think for our 30th episode, we wanted to do something. Do you know what I think we've done subconsciously? It's almost like we've imagined what life will be like when we're 30.
Oh, shit. Do you know what? And I always say this to people, and it sounds nice, because people are always like, oh my God, my 20s, I love my 20s, I hate getting old. God spare life.
You can't wait for it, can you?
I'm very excited. I think that my 20s are exciting times. I love my 20s. It's great. Like, I'm 25 now, and I'm having the best time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it sounds ridiculous when I say I'm having the best time, but it's good. Do you know what I mean? Like, life is... I can't complain. Do you know what I mean? Like, It's an enjoyable time. And I think when I get to 30, it's like, it's going to be good as well. Like, because all now is just leading up to that even better time.
I get you. I don't think it's something that I really like look forward to, but like I'm not opposed to it either. I don't think it's that. Yeah. It's not that bad.
I mean, imagine if I'm married, and then I can still have a dirty 30, because then my mom will come to my dirty 30 and we'll be dirty together. And then, or I can have a flirty 30 if I'm not married, and then it's
find
like
a husband.
Again, the options are endless. Like,
anything goes.
Anything can happen.
Anything, huh?
So yeah, you're right. It is kind of like 30. Let's talk about it. What's your fantasy?
Yeah. So we're just kind of like, basically Rachel like put a thing down being like, oh, like, do you believe in soulmates? And I was like, oh, that's quite a good like area to look at, because like the whole like, do you believe in soulmates? Do you believe in marriage? Do you believe in divorce? Like, where do you see yourself like romantically in however many years? Like, all of those kind of areas of questions. Like, we thought like, okay, let's take an episode to just kind of think about the future, what we want, why do we want that, like, has our past played a part in that? Like,
in a sense, it's kind of like, nature versus nature versus nurture.
Yeah, I get you, actually. Yeah.
And
as well, it's like, this might be what we want now, but we could listen to this podcast in like 2 years time, a year's time, and like be like, whoa, I do not want that anymore.
Yeah, because I have my journal from when I was 13, 14, 15. I look back at that of things. I had my children's name planned out. I had how many children I wanted. I had everything. And I'm like, that, like, at this point, I don't even know if, actually, I'm going to save that for the next question, and then I'll get into it, because so many things have changed. I think every single aspect of what I thought my life would be is very different.
It's changing fast. Yeah, I don't think you can ever, I think you can sometimes, maybe be self-aware and have an idea of the path you want to be on, but like, you just don't have a clue, do you? I would have never thought like, oh, me and Rachel will have a podcast. Like, that would have never been in my...
you in the face so fast.
And
I always say this, like, yeah, okay, I do want to plan for the future. And I do, like, sometimes you put plans into place, but then it's like, okay, you have to rewrite that plan because it's not going to happen. So like,
you have to adapt.
Boom. Now you have a holiday booked for that weekend that you thought you were going to do this. And it's like, but I'm not going to stop that holiday because I could do the next thing the month after.
Yeah.
Even though it isn't important, it doesn't mean that you can't do that important thing and you can still get to that goal. but it's just
Yeah.
you're gonna get to it in a different way, or it's just something. Do you get what I mean? Like that's just
Yeah, you'll
weird
get
way of
there,
saying
but the path is a little bit
it's gonna,
different.
it's just gonna be slightly different, yeah. Or like
I'm just
Corona, for
gonna,
example.
I'm just gonna shut my window because like there's just so much going on outside.
Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want me to sing for you for a few seconds while Mia's gone?
Oh,
My princess gone.
nobody wants that.
Shut the fuck up.
Nobody wants it. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah. But for example, I keep going back to Corona, but Corona I think is the best example for so many people.
Oh my
People have had
God.
to adjust their lives so much.
It really has like humbled everyone, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Defo.
even just businesses and like you personally, like in all aspects of your life, it's like rain check, sort it out. That's not happening.
Yeah.
You've got to do this differently.
Oh, I love going into the office. I love like just having things to do, and I don't really like working on a laptop. But, oh, really? Well, you're gonna have to work from home for 16 weeks.
Nah, literally.
Okay. Like, sorry, hon, but you're gonna have to.
Sorry, what? And I think as
Yeah.
well, like it may like for me, I was like in my job, I was traveling so much beforehand, like going fucking all over the UK, and I was complaining like, oh, I'm sick of this, like it's exhausting. And then now I'm like, oh my God, what I would give to like have to travel somewhere other than from my fucking bedroom to my kitchen. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's true.
ridiculous.
Yeah. And I thought I would be like one of the top people to enjoy working from home and love it. I've never done it up to this day because my job is like, yeah, you come in regardless. Yeah. But yeah, I just didn't have the opportunity to do it. So now I'm just like, and when you're really grateful that you actually have to go into the office now.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, okay. I never thought I'd be that person. So life comes at you fast when you realize how much things that you couldn't realize were good in life and that you didn't think that you would want.
Yeah, it realigns your like perspective and like
On
what you do
things.
want.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the real topic at hand. This is real. It's making me realize like how much we really do go off topic because I haven't done this in a little while. I'm like, yeah, this is really what we're like. Anyway.
You're like, shit, this is really us.
Yeah, like, yeah, we always say it, but it's true.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, guys, the name of this episode is Hit Them.
A tornado blew around my room before you came. It's usually messy made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California. Much like
Thinking about you, basically. That's what it is, guys. Thinking about you. Okay?
You didn't want to let me finish, huh?
She's taking a while to get there.
How do you not think so far ahead?
Yeah. And so like we say, it's all about like love, what you think, blah 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 blah.
It's what you are thinking about, like what, because I know that I'm not the only one who does this. Like, well, no, me and Rachel do it anyway, but like I seen this thing on Twitter and it was like, does anybody else like pick a crush to fantasize about to get them to sleep at night?
Listen to me, it is mad. And I remember there was this one time me and I were in Crust, yeah. And basically, I'm not going to call any names. We just said it was the most. Oh, but I have to go back to one thing. Some people cannot do this because they cannot actually see things in their head. And that's something that's blown my mind. That must be very sad because me and Mia are intense. So basically, we were just like, okay, in a few years, we're going to be in Italy. It might be fashion week, it might be movie week. We don't know, whatever. We're on a long table. Whoever's there. Boom, 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 boom. Amazing. Having the best time ever. Like, you're at the head. I'm at the bottom of my babes. It's just food is passing, loads of pasta, blah, blah, the seaside, yachts. And we were just like, it was ridiculous. It was
we got like, so into it. And then
we were just like, we need to stop. We need to stop. Like,
anyway, we don't talk to those guys anymore anyway. So, it's never going to happen with them.
Well, you don't.
Oh my God, get a grip.
It's been a rough few weeks, Mia.
Oh my God.
But anyway, we can't talk about that right now on the podcast.
We'll discuss this after. Really, nigga? Anyway. If you're not watching this, then I'm rolling my eyes right now.
Anyway, guys, back to the topic at hand for the 5th time.
I'm really running out of wine here.
I have my bottle right
up.
next to me.
I know I left mine downstairs in the fridge.
So, Mia, what would you say your relationship fantasy is?
Right, okay. Let me set the scene. To be fair, right, I haven't thought about it to like a specific extent, but I have. So like, I've kind of got an image of me and my husband in my head.
Would you think, or would you say it changes for each person that you speak to?
No, because whenever I start chatting to somebody, I always do the thing in my head where I'm like,
oh dear,
can I see them fitting into this? Which is quite bad, because maybe I should start thinking about creating a vision with them rather than fitting them into my vision.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
So one thing I think, right, which I don't want, but I think will maybe happen, is that I will settle down and raise my kids in America.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that will happen?
Yeah, like that's something that I can see happening. Like not, and I don't really fuck with it because the whole NHS, all that shit.
But you think it will end up happening?
Yeah.
Mad. Okay.
We'll see, obviously.
We'll see.
But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely want. Well, I think I do. I don't know. Oh, it's so weird. Like I was gonna say I want to get married, but then I was like, would it bother me if I was with someone but I wasn't married to them?
Yeah. I hear that too.
But let's just say for argument's sake. So I would get married. I would have like maybe like 3 kids max. And then quite a nice house, like quite modern. Maybe like 3 stories, that kind of thing. I mean, happy family, really. But realistically,
I totally get you. Yeah. You literally just have to wait it out, don't you?
life doesn't really happen like that. And I think my experience has never been like my mum and dad are both remarried to different people. Like I've not grown up in a family that's like the perfect nuclear family, for example.
But I don't think nuclear families are perfect either.
Oh no, definitely not. Absolutely not. I completely argue the case for that as well. But like basically, like I was chatting to this guy once and he was like, why is it always the people who like have had damaged families or like have come from like a marriage that's failed that want to get married and have a family that works? And I was like, but why would
Doesn't
you
everybody want that?
Yeah, and I was like, and why would you let your past, that's actually your secondhand experience, it's not your doing, like define your future?
Okay, can I just go back to something though, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This, to me, that's like I get you, but to me, that's weird. Why does everybody that comes from a damaged past want a marriage or something that works? Would you not, even if you come from a good household, want that same thing for yourself?
Well, this is the thing, he was like, nah, I don't really like believe in marriage like that.
Okay, so can I just jump to me quickly?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then we'll like jump around. I'm from a nuclear family and I wouldn't say that things were perfect all the time at all, right? So it was like ups and downs and whatever, right? And obviously it's not my story to tell. Only when I'm getting paid to go on Oprah and tell my fucking story will I reveal. No. Anyway, I would say that you would want a relationship that works for you and somebody that you communicate with. And I think that's what my fantasy for the future. Do you get me?
Yeah.
And it would be somebody that can love and appreciates me and give me that time and whatever. And children is not necessarily a necessity. If they come, and if they fit into the emotionalness and we have all that good stuff, because I wouldn't just bring a child into something that I feel like we're not working well to bring a child into this world. And
So would you say that you want kids or you're just like, meh, whatever?
I think it's very, at the moment, like a lot of people crave children. I'm not craving children. If it's with the right person, then yeah. I do sometimes like, oh yeah, I could see myself having a child with this person.
Yeah, so you're
But
not like anti, like, I don't want kids. Like, my sister's
no,
like, I don't want kids. Like, she's so set on that.
no.
Whereas for me, I'm like, but like, that's okay. Like, obviously, everyone's entitled to their
Yeah, no,
preference.
I'm not anti at all. So I would, but it has to be like, I wouldn't just go have a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I'd be very careful if I was having sex to not have a child. And like, don't get me wrong, if we were in the
I beg
process
to
and
differ.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it happened, it happened. But I would be like, oh, like, what's gonna happen now? Like, I'd be very cautious. It wouldn't just be like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm gonna have this child. Let's have a baby shower, blah blah blah. It wouldn't be that kind of vibe.
Mm.
It would be kind of like, yeah. Um, yeah. But on a more happy note, I would yeah, somebody who gets on with my family, who'd be willing to want to come to Trinidad and enjoy that entire vibe with me, and really can just come in and be like with the in-laws, and I could be getting around with his parents and his siblings and just that
Yeah,
entire
like that. They have to fit in with your family, innit? Like,
and
and
my
that's what.
friends too. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I think is like. That's can always be like a hard part as well, because like to just like, I don't know, I feel like family is like a different level. Like, the thought of me ever bringing someone back to my family, like, they have to be like a strong contender. Like, oh, because the things that they would experience, like, that's, you have to be with me for the long haul if you're doing that. You
Yeah.
can't just be like,
You don't even have to agree with everything that my family does, but you just have to be able to accept them at this
you just
point.
have to be able to handle them, because my family will take the piss out of you.
Yeah, and just understand like everything that I've been through and be there to be like, okay, cool. This is your family and I accept your family, and then we're just like, but then this is us.
Yeah.
Like that's a totally, you get me?
Yeah, like,
Like
this is like my family, that's your family, but then we can also have our family, which is like
yeah.
what we
Even if
will
it's just the
create.
two of us to be our family. Like
Oh, that must be so nice.
that's so, I think that's really cute. Imagine if you don't have any children, but you're like 40 traveling the world and going on like holidays all inclusive and just drinking tequila.
Yeah,
Like
but
to me
I
that's
feel like you
so
can do
sweet.
that and
Like
like then have
that is nice. But
kids.
then I could also see myself, yeah, but by that time you're already, people do have kids at 40, so I could do that. But then I could also see myself with kids. So it's weird. Like I could see two compartments in my brain doing both.
You're like, I could do this, but I could do
Yeah.
this.
So I could
I
see
could do
myself
this.
madly like living my life, making money, doing all that. But I could also see myself as working part-time, coming home,
Yeah.
making bread. I could see, it's crazy.
So, do you think that, like, what was that?
Niall.
Oh, Niall, don't talk to me about that dwarf. Anyway, my back is aching. Do you think that there's like a limit on how many times you should get married, or like, should you get divorced? Should you not get divorced? Should you only marry if you're certain?
Well, I know, like, I always say, if I get married, that's it. That's it. Like, if we get married, we get married. Like, we'll try to stick it out and see what's going on. But then I'm like, do you know what? Though, if things are really going bad, like, obviously, we're gonna have to get divorced. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna like just get divorced straight away. I think I'll try to make it, but it depends on what's going on. Like, obviously, if you're really going ham on the ridiculousness, you're gonna
Yeah.
have to. I'll be like, hello. But I don't think for other people there is a limit. And like for me, I will get remarried if somebody comes along and I realize, oh my god, like I really love you. But then when I see other people, people are like, oh my gosh, you know, some people judge people when they get remarried 4 times and this is like their fifth marriage. I'm like, who am I to stop their happiness?
I know, and it depends, I guess, what kind of value you put on marriage, because like, really and truly, like, I get that to some people it's like, it's a vow to like God and to your significant other, but then also to some people you're literally just like signing a piece of paper.
That's it. And I can go back to the first question. I don't think marriage is, I think it's a lovely thing. And I would do it to have my family there. And I think it's a happy thing for myself and my family to have that big celebration. But I don't necessarily need to do it.
Yeah,
I
I
could
feel
not
that.
do it. Yeah, I could definitely have children, just have my partner there. But I think it also is something to symbolize you wanting to spend the rest of your life with somebody that you love a lot.
Yeah, I get that as well. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's almost one of those things like, oh, well, everybody else has done it. Why haven't we?
Yeah,
Because like you could be so happy and content, like with your just being partners. But like as soon as somebody's like, oh, so why have you not got married? Like, do you not like love each other enough? Does he not like? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think people could so easily throw doubt on that situation, and unless you're like
yeah,
100% like happy with the decision, because like I feel like all girls ever see growing up is like princesses in like big dresses and marriage, and like
yeah,
it's such a forced image that you begin to believe that like that has to be a part of your life. Even like programs like Don't Tell the Bride or like Say Yes to the Dress, like it builds up such a like marriage, it's the biggest day of your life, it's the best day of your life, like oh my god, that you start to
yeah,
think like, oh well, I need to experience this because like society tells me that I need to, when
yeah.
really like it might not even be that good. Like you might as well just spend the money on like a
People stress out
holiday.
so much over it. And trust me, if I
Bridezilla.
ever get married, I'm not stressing over nothing.
See, that's what else I think. Like, if I got married, I want to do like, what's it called? Like, just go like a holiday, like a beach wedding,
But
like
then you
tiny,
think that
tiny people, and then
I
do like a
always
big party.
party, yeah, but then you also have to think about who you're getting married to. What if they have a massive family and they're like, I really can't do that. It's gonna have to be a big shubs, and I'm just like,
No,
rotted.
definitely, because it's even like a cultural thing. Like some cultures, like will celebrate it a lot more than others.
Definitely.
I remember. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming this is the case. My a girl I used to work with, she was Muslim, and I think she's from Pakistan. And she had like, I think she had like a couple of engagement party things, and then she had to have like 2 or 4 weddings. I can't remember, but like
Yeah.
one for like her family, one for his family, one for like. I mean, someone should probably educate me in the comments on this or something. But yeah, like for their culture, like the whole point was that it had to be like a big celebration, like
Yeah,
a
it is. It's
big
a massive
deal.
thing. All those things is quite big. Even Hindu weddings are quite a big thing as well.
Yeah. Well, even just like African weddings, like they're such a big deal.
Yeah, they are. And like I say, I don't mind having a big wedding, but I would also prefer a nice thing, just my close people there. But I could alter. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I don't mind changing
Yeah.
that. Depend on not that I'm a big person for compromise, but I can do it when the time is right. And when I need to, I can.
If it comes down to me and my boo,
Not just
I'll
my boo,
do it.
like I am able to compromise. Not that I enjoy doing it, but I can.
Okay. So, in terms of divorce, would
Yeah.
you do you think like you would be the do you think you would ever, I know you said like you would like make it work,
Hmm. No,
but do you
not
think,
always. It just depends on the situation.
yeah, isn't that mad though that like you can love someone so much and then hate them?
Yeah, it does. And but like I always say, depending on children as well, sometimes you just say, okay, now that we're gonna make it work, but what if we just decide to forgive? Because that forgiveness is sometimes a big part of things. You could say that for not even divorce, but let's say you're in a relationship and rather than simply walking away, you decide, let's see if we can look past the shit that you're doing right now.
Yeah,
It's not that
but
big
I
of a
think that's where the conversation can go into the fact that like you said, like being like a nuclear family, being together isn't always like actually like
date.
the right thing. Yeah, like I know for a fact that if my mum and dad had stayed together, I would have had a much worse upbringing than I did
Yeah.
just growing up with my mum and my sister. Like sometimes like it is for the better.
No, definitely, I agree. I know that there was sometimes like with my parents, it was like, oh my God, I definitely just do not want them to be together right now. But then I look at now and I'm like, okay, it's actually okay. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like actually enjoy them, like holidays or them just us being together, Christmas. it's okay. But it's like it did not happen overnight
Yeah, it
at
wasn't like a
all.
quick thing.
Yeah, when you were younger, that's a lot more to deal with compared to if you're an adult.
Yeah, you see things differently. And I think
Yeah.
as well, another thing that I find so fascinating, and there was a massive debate on this, right, when Rihanna said something about it. So like, I think she did an interview for, was it Vogue? I don't know. And she was like, I'm gonna have kids, however many, with or without a man. And everyone was going mad. They were like, what? Like, you need to, like, a child needs to be raised like with a family, like all that stuff. And then it got on to the topic of like co-parenting and how like what's she called, like Kalani. And I think Slick Woods did it as well, where like you have a baby like with like your friend, like they're not really like your
Yeah.
romantic partner, and you'll
Yeah.
raise the child. And I think that's so interesting that like you can literally just like
Do that. And
get a
I don't
baby.
see, to be fair, I don't see the issue with that at all. Because people can adopt children as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's the point of that. I think it's the point of like,
Co-parenting.
well, just one being either being single and raising a child, like by.
No, but I mean, that's with adoption, you could be single and adopt.
Oh no, I get you, but like it's the fact that like it's. I know it sounds horrible, like it's your
Oh,
child, and like
okay. No, I get what you mean. I get
like
what you mean.
there is like a father that like we might know.
Yeah, okay, no, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. And yeah, I agree with that. Um, and then yeah, the child could know their father and grow up with the father, and it's like you have that relationship.
Yeah, I think it's actually like quite a. I don't see a problem with it, and I think in a few years, like you will see a lot more people who will have kids with like
Yeah, if you don't have a
friends.
yeah, you don't have a romantic relationship. That person wants a kid. You want a kid. Why not?
But then that's where people are like, oh well, should there have been like a romantic relationship involved? Like, should it? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I get that that's not. Sometimes you are going to grow up and not see like your parents have a romantic relationship or whatever. But like, yeah, I mean, people just love to hate on anything, don't they? But
Every single thing.
I think it's interesting that like people can feel so strongly about the fact that a woman can have and raise a baby
But
on her
by
own, like
themselves.
absolutely fine. Like some people are so for like a family being together no matter what. Like
It's
it's mad.
crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. And I know, like, for me right now, I don't want any children. But in the future, no, that's not bad. I don't want children right now. Not that I'm against children. I always say this, I'm not anti. But in the future, you don't know what could happen. Like, I might be in a different part of my career and say, okay, I can really afford to be doing things for me and for these children. And
Yeah,
like,
because
yeah,
kids are expensive.
so let's not get into it.
Like, oh
But
my god, that's the one thing that fucks me up. Like once you have a kid, yeah, that's it.
like,
They're
none
yours
of your
forever
salary
now.
is you think you could have bought them Zara shoes? Nah, babes. That would have been like a Christmas, not even Christmas. That might have been a luxury at some other point because Christmas, they're going on presents for the kids.
It's mad.
Yeah, at this point in my life, I'm just way too selfish. So I think that's the only thing that would tell me like I need to have a partner because these kids are
yeah.
expensive.
And like you said, yeah, I'm too selfish right now, 100%. Like, and I think if I had to, like, I could obviously put that child first. Like, but like you said, I'd rather be ready for that than actually forced to be like
Yeah.
care for this baby. When really I'm seeing all my friends going out on the weekend, and I'm like,
No, not for me. Not right now, hon.
no, ma'am.
Yeah. So that's that on that, kid-wise. But
Period.
big up the ones who can.
Oh, you know what? Like, I take my hat off to them because that must be like, I don't know. I guess like I guess though, like you could just do life all over again, though, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, yeah, you could.
Does that
But
make
somebody was
sense?
talking about this in, you mean after?
Yeah, like after you've had the baby and the baby's like grown up, you can just be like,
Or you
okay,
mean
back
like
on
when,
it.
because if you have a kid young,
Yeah.
yeah, you could. Some people do. But as somebody in Rook was talking about, like their advice would be not to get with somebody who already has kids because somebody did and it was. But I was saying to myself, like,
You want to do that?
That is my thing. I would not mind at all.
No, not at this age.
And like some people say, like that is like their biggest thing. They've seen so many nightmares, and I was like, what? No. Like
What,
I
you
would
would happily be a stepmom right now?
happily.
But this is what I don't understand, because you're saying that you don't want your own kids right now, but if you're a step parent, you'll have to love that kid like your own.
I would. Love is very different. Love is free.
I appreciate that. But if you're with somebody, they've got their own kid, are you not at some point going to have to start taking, I don't know, spending time with them, doing things
I
with
could do
them?
that. No, I could do that. I could do that.
It's
I,
being a step parent is not free.
I get that 100%. But you see, I think that's very different. So let's say they have a kid who's 5, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't have to, okay, I could change some sheets if they were on the bed. You get what I'm saying? I could do that. I didn't have to change the diapers at 25 years old. I didn't have to do that. Like that was a lot. That was 5 years out that I didn't have to do. So I didn't mind doing that. I could give that like emotional love that I could do. And yeah, I could buy Easter eggs. It sounds ridiculous, but
I get what you're saying, but I think you're looking at that as a short-term thing.
maybe, but also I
No,
could.
you are, because how are you saying that I'll buy them an Easter egg? Like,
No, no,
well,
no,
what are
no.
you gonna do when it's their 16th birthday and it's Christmas, and then you and your partner are married and you've got a joint bank account and all your money is going in their
Oh
bank
no, no,
account?
no. I could do that because by that time I've like given the love to like my partner and we're in this together. Do you get what I'm saying?
I just think
I think that is it's different, but I could because it's not like my own. I think like that gives me time to transition into the whole motherhood thing.
but I think that's worse, because like you've also got to understand, like, you're not their mum, and there'll be a process of them hating you and being like, who
My
the
friend,
fuck is this?
the friend Alicia always says that she hated her stepmom, but I
No,
think
that's just a fact. No matter, I beg, if you're listening to this and you've got a step parent, tell me now, did you like them at first? Because me and my sister, no word of a lie, when we first met him, we were trying to make crisps, like we cut potatoes really thin, like we were just in the kitchen. He came over, da 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 da. Maybe like 2 years later, we were like, we hate this guy. How do we get rid of him? Let's make crisps again. Like, we went to the extreme of thinking that if we made crisps again, that he would leave, because that's what we were making when he came. Like, and even now, so like my auntie in Liverpool, she just started dating somebody else again, and her kids, they were just like, did not like it, like did not like
oh my
him,
god,
because like their attention is now on somebody else, it's not on you.
yeah, yeah,
So like, I think unless you're like a very emotionally advanced child, you're always going to hate that, because suddenly it's not 100% on you anymore, it's 50% on you, 50% on them. So I mean, good luck with that.
I'm not saying I'm going to be, but I'm just saying I wouldn't mind. Not that I want it, but I wouldn't be against it.
Okay.
I'd be like, yeah, if you have a kid, that's fine. I'm not going to be like, okay, no, I can't teach you.
I think if I had kids and they had kids and we'd come from other relationships and got together, I think that's fine. But like me right now,
Would
if
you
I'm
say
not
that your
in the
kids would
position
hate
to,
that?
what?
Sometimes, or how did you feel about that? Like when the other kids came, were you kind of like, oh,
Yeah, me and my stepbrother, like we, and my stepsister, we like, I don't think we majorly clashed, but like, you've just been raised differently, haven't you? Like,
yeah,
it's just the same as how like you clash with your friends. Like, you weren't all raised on the same morals and principles, and like music,
yeah,
food, the smallest of things, and then you have to merge lifestyles and live together, and like you're always going to be a bit like, well, I don't do it like that. Even now, like I love like my stepdad and my stepbrother and stuff, but I'm still like to my mum sometimes, like, the fuck's that about? Like, why are they doing that? Do you know what I mean? Like, I think there's always going to be that little bit of like,
yeah. You kind of like
yeah,
That's not how we do things around
yeah,
here.
we don't do it like that.
Yeah.
But like, I
You switch
think
up.
if I had kids and I took them like to another person with kids. I think they would feel like a type of way about it, and I would 100% understand that. I'd be like, it's a process. It's going to take time because like it's just new people to your family, and
definitely.
And what you often forget is that you're actually adding on a whole other family.
Yeah, that's not an easy transition at all.
Like another person's grandparents, another person's aunties and uncles. Like it's like then you've got 3 families, and then if your dad has then got another marriage, you've got 4 families, and
That's
it's like
fair, you know. Yeah, but then
it's
I was like,
long.
not even like this is just an easy thing. But then you think about this like marriage as well, and you always think it's going to be easy. Like when you take an in-law or something, that's loads of people that you have to meet and get to know, and it's like, what am I gonna do now? I always think it's gonna be easy picking. Do you get to know somebody, mother-in-law, blah blah blah. But sometimes it's really not.
No, it
Like,
must be so hard.
yeah, especially when you're going in and your mother's like, actually, that's not how we do it. You don't put the grater there. Can you put it in that cupboard? And then she's like,
Yeah.
why is your girlfriend that stupid? And I'm like, why does she hate me?
Yeah, because you
This
could
has
be
actually
doing,
never happened before, guys. This is just in my mind.
but you could literally be like perfect with your other partner, and like their parents are just not having it, and that could either
Yeah,
make you fall out with your partner because like you don't like the way they treat you,
yeah,
or like you've just got to live in that unhappy situation like for the rest of your
yeah.
life.
Literally, it's long. I hope, like, that's one. I think that's like the fantasy. I hope it never happens, and I hope it's just okay and smooth sailing.
I know, we hope, don't we? But like, yeah, you can fall in and out of love. Like it happens. Like people wake up and they're like, I don't love you anymore.
Yeah, easy peasy. They're just like, this is not working. But then, do you think that sometimes that's phases? Like people are up and down, and they're like, okay, this is not really working. But then they're like, oh my gosh, do you know what though? I really was like not taking it. No, I took for granted, but I haven't actually. This is amazing. Like I need to.
Yeah, maybe, but at the same time, like I do think humans are actually so complex that you probably could just be like,
Bye.
I don't feel like this anymore.
Yeah,
Sorry.
definitely. Yeah. And that's one thing I think when I was younger, I had all these ideas and I was like, when it came to marriage, love, what you're gonna see, what you're gonna do. And then as I started growing and when I say growing, just getting older and realizing things and my different experiences, I was like, you know what? I need to stop complicating my mind so much and thinking about these things as much because life literally shows me, like we say with plans with coronavirus, that you seriously cannot plan so much because it's just going to come and slap you in your face and show you, like, you know what, you thought this is what it was, but in reality you're going to fall in love with somebody who looks nothing like what you thought your dream guy was. You're going to fall in love with somebody who actually is nothing like what you put on paper. He's not this, he's not that. So in reality,
Yeah.
boom, you can have this guy and yeah, this is what it's going to be. Also, another person in my fantasy, what it is somebody, because I'm not good with maths, somebody who can actually help my kids with homework a lot because I know that I'm going to be getting fed up. So I could help my kids with like making their Easter bonnets and stuff, but somebody who could sit down and be like, kids, you okay? And I could help them with like suffixes and prefixes and stuff, but somebody who could be like, okay, this is how you do a long division question.
Wow, you really thought about that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Because I know that I
Shit.
won't be able to do it. So if I did that, that's it.
You're really prepared. I mean, I guess you are halfway to 30, so it's coming fast.
Okay. But yeah,
Okay,
that'll be
so next question. Do you believe in soulmates? What's your
okay.
kind of like opinion on the whole thing?
Again, I definitely used to, but I think that I have some soulmates in my life. I feel like I have a few. Like I would say, my friends are kind of like my soulmates. It's weird because I used to think that they were like lovers. Oh no, not necessarily fucking you, but no, sorry, no. Hang on. Let me explain this, okay? Wait a sec. I used to think that it was only lovers. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Um, but I've realized that it's not necessarily that. I
No.
realized that you can just have soul connections with people, and yeah, that's my vibe. But yeah, again, what do I know? So yeah, you probably are one of my soul connections, Mia. And then or my other friends are like, because these are people that I really get on with and they make my soul happy.
No, I get you. I
Same.
definitely agree. But I do think that we as like lovers do as well. But what I find mad is that like when you think right of how, you know how people are like, yeah, I've found my soulmate.
I think I have.
What, in terms of love?
I must have.
This better not be this nigga that I'm thinking of.
I must have in the past though, because I have spoken to way too many people to not have.
No, that's just
I'm joking. I'm
silly.
joking. I'm joking.
That's how I know we're not soulmates. No, anyway, but basically, right, what my point is, right? So, do you know what? Let me use an example. So, right now, I've been chatting to this guy who is from Paris, but like he lives in England. But like the conversation is a bit off because like English isn't his first language. So it's like if you think of it as like a door, like you've got through one part because like you're chatting, like you maybe fancy each other a bit, but then like because of language, there's a whole other barrier that is in place that you can't pass unless you speak on that level. And I think that person could be my soulmate.
Like
I'm
he
not
wants to
saying
say,
that he is. That person could be, but I wouldn't know that because there's always going to be that barrier of language.
for example, he kind of wants to say j'adore, but you're not really getting that.
There's so many things in a language that you use to like express yourself. Even just like in England, like sarcasm is a very big thing. Like, and obviously
No, I
in
totally get
America,
you.
they don't
No,
get that.
I'm just being silly when I said that j'adore thing, but I get you.
No, but that's like the premise of it. Like, there's
Yeah.
a whole barrier of communication that you can't cross. But then, if you could cross it, how would then it be like, oh yeah, amazing, this is the person for me. That's why I'm like, your soulmate could literally be like anywhere in the world, and you're limiting yourself to a certain demographic because of the
Language,
choices you make. Not even just language, like for me, like
culture.
I will predominantly go for black guys, but like my soulmate could be an Asian guy, and I just wouldn't
Another
ever
thing, right?
try that.
And this is so, I agree with you. And this is so silly and simple. But like, you know, when you would see somebody whining and some people would be like, no, they can never just like, if they whine on bare guys, it's like, you know, silly, like you couldn't tell
Yeah,
your man. And to me, that's not a big deal. But a lot of guys would be like, no, my girl could never. But unless you
yeah,
allow yourself to kind of cross that barrier, like if I have a man, I'm probably not going to do it on like every man jack. You know what I mean? But if I go
yeah.
to the club, I'm probably not going to stop myself from whining on two man. You get what I'm saying? Like even if I'm in a relationship. But sometimes men are like, no way, Jose. Especially,
Yeah, but then
I'm not
even
saying
I
that
would be like, nah, I would never do that if I had a man. And so that's why it's a cultural
exactly,
thing.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you like can't even get your soulmate in that. But if you link with me, it's like, do I stop myself from doing that because I have a man, especially if he doesn't like that, or am I kind of like, are you gonna accept me for this because I do that anyway?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
if you come to Trinidad, you're gonna see that regard. Not everybody, though. Not everybody does that. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
So,
just think like,
so I see
yeah,
exactly where you're from.
like what I said, like we just close. Like if you think of it as a slice of cake, the opportunity to meet your soulmate, you're literally by having a type and speaking a certain language and being from a certain country, you're literally that's like your slice, and you've only got the option of what's within that bit.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I think
what? There are so
you
many
limit
things
it.
that could be stopping you from getting your soulmate. What if
Yeah, like
body count is one?
it will work either way. Like it's just, but then you have to question, like you said, like would they actually care about that if you were meant to be together? That's
That's it.
like
Are they
saying,
even your soulmate then?
yeah, exactly. Because I'm always like, if somebody's got bad grammar, it's a massive turn off to me. Like I can't speak to you. But like, would my soulmate have bad grammar?
Yeah. If they spell it T, like the wrong twos, I don't think I could.
No.
That's just like an end game.
Yeah,
UGTG.
it's It's terrible. It's just embarrassing. It can't happen.
Yeah. But no, I hear that 100%. But soulmates, I think, are such a tricky thing. It's like you want to be able to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to walk into a club, our eyes locked, and then that's it. You realize that that was your soulmate from every jump. Or like, I saw you on the bus and it was like, hi. But like, in reality, it's like, is that even going to happen? But for some people, it does.
Some people, yeah, it's literally like a whole love at first sight thing. But
Mm.
then you also have the question of like, is your soulmate really going to be in the same city as you? Or do you know like, even if it's like childhood sweethearts, that kind of thing. Oh, it just blows my head because then it's like, oh, well, maybe that you were put there for a reason. You know what? I'm not
And
even
what
going to get
about
too deep.
wrong place, wrong time? Or right person, wrong time. So like, you know that you and this person really get on, blah, blah, blah. You're pissing each other off, but it's just like, you know what? We're not meant to be together right now.
No, I've
5
had a
years
few of
later,
them.
you and this person are like, okay, I'm gonna make a quick quick talk
Funny.
back. Quick talk back. And then it's like, right, like, one.
But then that's the whole thing, like, because I always see this, like, it's never right person, wrong time, because like if you both wanted each other, you would make it work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me explain something to you. And I'm not me. Everybody who's listening right now. It's like at this point, I can't even say what the fuck do I know about love. I don't know. I'm learning every day. When it's meant to happen, I will know. I will tell you what I know when I'm 65. I'm sat down, and whoever the interviewer, that person at that time, is interviewing me and my man. And then I'll tell you. Because right now, I don't know. I don't
We
know.
don't know shit. We don't know shit.
Right now, I'm fucking up every single day. I'm on WhatsApp saying whatever the fuck I'm saying, and it's fucking up my whole life. So I'm sitting in work, in the back of my mind, I'm like, God, please help me, because at this point, I don't know what the right decision is. So
I don't think you can even get an answer to that though. I think that's just something you've got to work out yourself.
no, 100%, I do, but it's like it's something I find it's a bit difficult to like. I'm following my instinct, but then like when I follow my instinct, it's like, is that actually the right decision for like myself? You get what I'm saying?
Is there a right decision?
I don't know. So at this point, like, yeah, like I say, in a couple of years, ask me. There'll be a different answer more than likely.
Yeah, I feel you. I
But
think
these are my thoughts at the moment.
no, I definitely think like because there's been a time and I've been like, oh yeah, this is like this person is great, but like it's just not going to work right now. Like whether it's distance or like the time we're both at in our like lives and stuff. But then I'm also like, but then there was them bits about you that I didn't really like. So maybe this is like for a reason. Do you know what I mean?
My second year of uni, I thought I was going to move to Nigeria.
Was that when you were Googling how to make jollof rice?
Yeah, because he was graduating. And I said, okay, cool. So I thought for the Christmas holiday, instead of going to Trinidad, I thought I was going to go to Nigeria and spend time with my in-laws.
I've done that before, you know, actually. I did think like, oh, maybe I'll end up in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? I thought that's what was going to happen. I spoke to my parents and everything about the flights. But then I was like, Rachel, you need to relax. Like, it's not.
For context, guys, by the way, the other day I tweeted being like, what's the randomest thing you've ever done for a guy? And Rachel was like, Googled how to make jollof rice. Girl, you so silly.
But yeah, and also just to put this back into context real quick, I never ended up in Nigeria. I was back in Trinidad for Christmas, and I'm back in Liverpool.
What was you
And he was
told,
out.
wasn't it?
Yep. And then soon after that, he was no more.
Yeah, see how life comes at you fast?
Yes.
You really can't, not in this life, you really can't catch feelings. Never me.
And then when you do it, and next set of malarkey.
I'm feeling like a mad player right now, you know. Like, I feel like I've got little bitches and I'm just like, I'll maybe reply to them. Maybe not. But really deep down, nobody wants me like that.
Oh yeah, it's just again like you know you're probably in they're in your phone as +44 and they're feeling like players and then everybody's just like +44 to everybody.
And
But
then the
then
guy that I do want doesn't even want to text me back.
and in everybody's mind I could never be a +44.
I am a +44 at this point. I am the human embodiment of a +44. But yeah, let's wrap this up because we can probably go on about this topic forever.
I enjoyed this one. This was a nice.
It was a nice conversation, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I hope it comes across nice on audio and visual. Fingers crossed.
Thank you to everyone for listening. This is
thank you.
my little collage. Is my hand straight?
Anyway, so we're gonna go now. Hopefully we'll be back with a bit, maybe more episodes like this.
Anything that you want to hear, please drop in the comments below or DM us, whichever you want.
Whatever you want, honey. So yeah, we have been the Go of Sis podcast, episode 30. Woo woo woo, we made it. Dirty 30. So cheers.
And I'm Rachel.
Cheers to us. My glass is empty, but
you better go fill that up, baby.
You know it, girl. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening and we love you.
Bye.
Bye.